Hello, dear learners. When you are attending a math lesson with me, get ready with your pen, book, and your calculator. In the last lesson, we managed to do all different types with the F formula and P formula. Now we are going to do more examination questions from the past exam papers. Let's go to question 9. Susan buys a car for 350,000. She secures a loan at an interest rate of 7% per annum compounded monthly. The monthly installment is 6,300. She pays the first installment 1 month after the loan was secured. Now 9.1, calculate the effective annual interest rate on the loan. Leave your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Remember the first formula we learned in the first lesson, that was 1 plus IE effective equal to 1 plus I nominal divided by M to the power M. We are going to use this formula. In this case, you are asked to find the effective annual rate. So I effective is equal to 1 plus, what is the nominal rate we have? It's 7%. 7% over compounded monthly over 12. Whatever you write on in the bottom, you write here also. The same M minus 1, because I left the 1. There was only IE here. Now the minus 1 goes to that side. Now you can use the calculator to get the answer. You will get 0,07229, etc. Some digits there. Now you must write the final answer like this. Therefore, effective rate equal to, multiply whatever you have on the calculator by 100. So it's 7,23, rounding off to 2 decimal place, and also put the percentage sign. That is the effective rate. Correct to 2 decimal places. Now 9.2, how many months will it take to repay the loan? Do you see the 5 marks? So you are going to use the loan and also install monthly installment. That means it's an annuity formula. Because it's a loan, it's the P, present value formula. So let's write the formula first. So 9.2, P equal to X times 1 minus 1 plus I to the power negative n over I. So you already have the P here, which is the price of the car, 350,000. So she got a loan to buy the car, and the monthly installment 6,300. So P, you know already, 350,000, and X also is available, 6,300. Interest rate is also available, it's 7% compounded monthly. Okay, now what is not there is the N, which is not available, the number of payments, or how many months it will take to repay the loan. Okay, let us substitute everything, and then we are going to find the N. 350,000 equal to 6,300 times 1 minus 1 plus 7% over 12 to the power negative n. You don't need to multiply or anything because it's already the number of payments, 7% over 12. Okay, so the only unknown is n. So as usual, first we cross multiply 350,000 times 7% divided by 12. When you cross multiply, you are left with this. So here you can divide by 6,300 now. So that will also be gone from the right hand side. What is remaining in the right hand side is 1 plus 7% over 12 to the power negative n. You can see the term, this is the term containing n, which is negative. So bring it to the left hand side to make it positive. 1 plus 7% over 12 to the power negative. The term is now a positive term. What is remaining on the right hand side is 1. Now take the that fraction on the left to the right, times 7% over 12, the whole divided by 6,300. Yeah. Okay. Now you can see the unknown n is in the exponent. So whenever you are finding something in the exponent, remember the step that I mentioned earlier in your part 2 of financial maths. When you have something like this and you have to find n, it's log the base is still b of a. That's what you do. So that's what we are going to do in here also. Negative n equal to log the base of negative n is 1 plus 7% over 12 of 1 minus. It's better you leave everything like this so that you don't worry about the rounding off. Over 12, the whole divided by 6,300. You must write correctly and enter in the calculator correctly. So when you enter this in the log button in the calculator, you're going to get the 60 negative. The answer will also be negative 67,3393, etc. Okay, so round off to 2 decimal place, 67,34 months. How many months? That was the question. So the final answer is 67,34 months. Okay, now let's go to the next part of the question. Calculate the value of the final installment. So in the previous lesson, I mentioned a formula for finding the final payment or the last payment. So do you see the 5 marks? Because in the final payment, you still have to find the outstanding balance. That's how you find the final payment. That's why it has got 5 marks. Okay, let's write the formula for final payment. Final installment equal to outstanding balance multiplied by 1 plus 1 month interest rate. So that means you must first find the outstanding balance. We found it in the last session. The formula is A minus F, which is P times 1 plus I to the power n minus X times 1 plus I to the power n minus 1 over I. Let us substitute. P is the loan amount here, which is 350,000 times 1 plus 7% over 12 to the power. Outstanding final pay. Okay, before I write the n here, let me make you understand one thing. When it says 67,34 months, let me write it as a note for you. What you need to understand is there were 67 full payment and 1 lesser payment. That is the meaning of it. So the last question is to find that lesser payment, that is a final payment here. So 67,34 months payments means 67 full payment of, because we already know the payment here was 6,300. That was the monthly payment there. So monthly payment of 67 monthly payment of 6,300, and the last payment is going to be less than 6,300, and that's what we are going to find here in final installment. So you already made 67 payment. You are going to find what is the balance outstanding. You are finding the balance outstanding after the 67th payment here. So it's 67 minus 1 divided by I. I is 7% over 12. So you will get the balance outstanding, which is, okay, let me write the final. As I told you, it's balance, outstanding balance multiplied by 1 plus I. So the final payment, let us write in one step. The final payment is going to be whatever you get in this answer, whatever you are getting here, you multiply it by 1 month interest rate. Multiply by 1 over 7% over 12. That's all. So that is all to find the final installment. So you are going to get the answer as, when you put this in the calculator, after finding the outstanding balance, just multiply the answer by 1 plus 7% over 12. So the final answer is what I'm going to write. It's 2142, comma 21. That is the final answer. So this is the formula for that. I have to find the last payment or the final payment. Now the last question in the question paper, 9.4. The value of the car depreciates at I% per annum. After 3 years, its value is 252,000. Calculate I. Do you have any equal monthly payments or anything here? No. And also the question clearly states depreciation. So this is a depreciation formula. You can use the normal formula, depreciation formula. So let me write here so that we know what we are doing here. So 9.4, the formula is A equal to P times 1 minus I to the power n. Now after 3 years, it's going to be 252,000. The car that Susan buys is going to be this one, 252,000, but the price of the original price of the car was 350,000 times 1 minus I, we don't know, that is what you are asked to calculate after 3 years. Normal question. So when you have this step, first step is to divide by 350,000 on both sides. 350,000. Now you will be left with this one. You can leave it as it is, or let me write it as it is, 252,000 divided by 350,000 equal to 1 minus I cube. Raise the power to 1 over 3 on both sides. 1 over 3. So that here on the left hand side, this one was also cancellation, which I didn't show. Okay. Now you are left with the 1 minus I on the right hand side, left hand side this term. So 1 minus I, the unknown is negative. So let's make it positive by bringing it to the other side. So here it's 252,000 divided by 350,000 to the power 1 over 3. So the final answer is going to be, you are going to get 0, 103, etc. So therefore the rate equal to 10,34 when you multiply by 100. That is the final answer. Okay, if you have any questions, you can pause the video and go through the steps to understand, or you can go back to see what I wrote. And still, if you have more questions, you can write in the comment box. We may have a question and answer sessions. If you have questions, that if I see them in the comment box, I will try to answer in another session, that is the question and answer session. Okay, question 7. The graph F shows the book value of a vehicle X years after the time Joe bought it. The graph of G shows the cost price of a similar new vehicle X years later. Okay, everything is given in a graph here. Time, x-axis shows the time, X years later, similar vehicle. Okay, so this is the graph of F and G. For example, here the 4a means 4 is the X is the time, that means after 4 in years. After 4 years, A is the value of the vehicle. This means after 4 years, this is the value of the vehicle. That's the meaning of it. But there are these two graph F and G means this is the book value, the depreciated value of the vehicle. This is the inflated value of the vehicle. Now, when it comes to inflation and depreciation, I want to mention one more thing in the chapter, which is called the sinking fund. Okay, let me explain what is sinking fund. A sinking fund is set up to replace something that you bought now in future. That means there is one price now. You bought something for, let me say, you bought a cell phone for 20,000 now. But when you bought it now, you also have plans to replace this after 2 years. So after 2 years, the price of this model phone is, let's say it's going to be 25,000. Okay, this is the inflated value. Now you can also sell this cell phone after 2 years. Suppose you get 12,000 when you sell it. That value is called the depreciated value. A sinking fund is set up now, it starts now. That goes all up to 2 years. So in future, after 2 years, you want to get this amount, which is the difference between the inflated value and the depreciated value. Inflated value minus depreciated value. That is called a sinking fund. So sinking fund is an amount you will get in future, because only after 2 years you can sell it and then get that difference. Okay, so sinking fund is set up for future, so we always use future value formula. So sinking fund is a future value problem. We use future value formula for sinking funds. So this is an important part here. Inflated value is the bigger price in future, that is after inflation. So its sinking fund is inflated value minus depreciated value. And sinking fund problems are done using future value formula. Okay, this is an example of a situation where we use sinking fund. Now let's go to the problem. So I mentioned the sinking fund because here we can see two different values, the depreciated values and the inflated values. So let's see what is the question saying here now. How much did Joe pay for the vehicle? So that means now at present, what is the payment made? So that means with before the time passed, when time is 0, now what is the price of the vehicle? So it's this the value of the vehicle when t is 0. So at present the value of the vehicle is 450. That is why it only has 1 mark. Just looking at the graph you can answer that question. The price of the vehicle is 450,000. Use the reducing balance method to calculate the percentage annual rate of the depreciation of the vehicle that Joe bought. Okay, 7.2, we are going to use reducing balance method. That means the formula now becomes 1 minus I to the power n. Calculate the percentage annual rate of depreciation. So you must have the A and the P and the N. All what you don't know here must be the I. So let us use the values in the F graph because the F graph shows the depreciated value. So after 4 years, the depreciated price is 243,736,90. So here the future value, the depreciated value is 243,736,90. At present, you have 450,000 as the price of the vehicle. 1 minus I for 4 years. So first step as usual, always divide by 450,000. So on the right hand side it is going to get cancelled. Left hand side also you divide by 450,000 and leave it like that. Now on the right hand side you have 1 minus I to the power 4. So you need to take the 1/4 power. So it's going to be 243,736,90 divided by 450,000 to the power 1/4 equal to 1 minus I, because when you take 4 and 1 minus I to the power 4 to the power 1/4, you get 1 minus I. So the unknown I is negative there. Bring it to this side, bring this bracket to the other side. Which is now going to be 243,736,90 divided by 450,000 to the power 1/4, and you get the answer. I'm just writing the final answer. After multiplying by 100, you get you are going to get 0,1421 etc. times 100%, which will give you 14,21%. That is the rate of depreciation. Okay, that was 7.2. Now 7.3, if the average rate of price increases of the vehicle is 8,1% per annum, calculate the value of A. So here the percentage of inflation is given 8, because the other graph that is shown in the diagram, is for inflated value. So the percentage of increase is given and the A is given. Okay, let's go to, where are we going to write this now? Okay, let's see if we have space here. Okay, let's write 7.3 here. So 7.3 increase, so it's inflation, so it's the formula is equal to P times 1 plus I to the power n. A is the amount that we don't know what is the price in future. P is 450,000. 1 plus inflation rate is 1 plus 8,1% for 4 years. I hope you all understand where the 4 and A comes by looking at the inflated graph. You are getting these values from the graph because this is the inflation graph. 4A means after 4 years A is the inflated price. So that those two we get from the graph. Stop for some time. Stop for some time. Okay. Start. So A and 4 comes there. Therefore, now it's just a matter of putting this as it is in the calculator. So when you put this in the calculator, you will get 614,490, comma 66. That is the final answer for 7.3. Okay, that was direct question. Now 7.4, I think this is where we are going to use the sinking fund. 7.4, a vehicle that costs 450,000 now is to be replaced at the end of 4 years. So the replacement comes in sinking fund problems. The old vehicle will be used as a trade-in. That means you're going to sell the old one. You already found the price, you already know the price. Yeah, the 243,736,90 we used, that was the depreciated value. So when you sell the vehicle, you are going to get that amount. The sinking fund is created to cover the replacement cost of this vehicle. That itself means the you can already write the sinking fund now for 7.4. The sinking fund is inflated value minus depreciated value, which is inflated value is this A 614490,66 minus depreciated from the graph, it was 243,736,90. So that is a sinking fund that you are going to set up here. Okay, with this one, when you put in the calculator, you get 370,753,76. That is a sinking fund. Now what is the question now? A sinking fund is created to cover the replacement cost of this vehicle. Payments will be made at the end of each month. The first payment will be made at the end of the 13th month, and the last payment will be made at the end of the 48th month. The sinking fund earns interest at a rate of 6,2% per annum compounded monthly. Okay. So this is, as I told you, it's a this is a future value formula. All sinking fund problems are future value formula. In future value formula, all what is important is the n. Here the question says the first payment starts on the 13th month, that means T13 on the timeline. We are not drawing the whole timeline, and the last payment was at T48. This is the meaning of it. So I told you how to find the n in such cases. So the n will be 48 minus 13 plus 1, which is 36 payments. So in future value formula, only one thing to remember, how to get the n correctly. Okay, so now what are we calculating here? The sinking fund earns interest at a rate of 6.2% per annum, compounded monthly. Calculate the monthly payment to the fund. That is the question. Okay, let us use the formula first. The F formula, monthly payment, means we are going to write, let us write the formula first. F equal to x times 1 plus I to the power n minus 1 divided by I. Future value we calculated 370,753,76. We are calculating the monthly payment. 1 plus I was 6.2%. So 6.2% compounded monthly to the power 36 minus 1, the whole divided by I again. 6.2% over 12. So it's not our first time to calculate x. You cross multiply and divide. So x is this now, 370,753,76 multiplied by 6.2% over 12, cross multiplication, divided by that big bracket. 1 plus 6.2% over 12 to the power 36 minus 1. So the x value that you're going to get here is x equal to 9397,11. That's the final answer. Okay, I think with this we covered almost all different types of questions from financial mathematics. I hope you understand. If you understand, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.